No, that hits the spot. I was thinking about something the other day. You know what most people's problem is? It's not a bad living situation. It's not a shitty job. It's not that they don't have enough time in a day. The real problem is the fact that most people just simply do not know how to think effectively. And I'm going to get back to why I feel that way in a minute. But first, let me show you just how powerful thoughts can be. Now, I really need you to understand this. Every man-made thing in the world started as a thought. It was the figment of someone's imagination that they believed was possible just enough that it motivated them to actually make it. Is that shit not unbelievable to you? I mean, everything that we have created as the human species is the byproduct of someone's thinking. And so, in my humble opinion, I would say that the most powerful tool on earth is the human mind. It has literally created reality as we know it. Now, is it really that far-fetched to think that knowing that you have access to the most powerful tool in the world, that if you just put your mind to it, that you wouldn't dramatically be able to make your life better than it already is in some way? I mean, think about that. It is available 24/7. It's never not with you. It is free to use, and it is capable of creating the best life you could possibly dream of, or the worst, depending on how you choose to utilize it and your choices. Now, having said that, and understanding that we have access to such a powerful tool, I would say that the most valuable skill that anybody can learn is to think effectively. And here's what I mean by think more effectively. I mean to think positively, think bigger, think more creatively, and more empowered. All right, so going back to earlier, I said that people have a problem with the way they think. Let's talk about why that is. Now, some of the most common excuses keeping people from the things that they want usually start something like, I could never do that because blank. And we fill in the blank with things like, I don't have enough time, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm too old or too young or too ugly, too fat, too stupid. These things are just not true. And I'm just as guilty of this as anybody else. But we really have to stop feeding into that bullshit. As much as it sucks to hear it, let me explain something to you. If you believe any of these excuses, I don't care what they are, and I don't care how viable they are, you are never going to earn success. You're never going to change your life, because what you're doing is excusing yourself from ever trying in the first place. An excuse, no matter how good, no matter how true, is a justification of why you didn't do something. And I'm not trying to be rude. That is literally what an excuse is. And the reason we come up with these excuses in the first place is because it helps us live with ourselves after we know that we're able to do something, but we decide against it because we're afraid of judgment, or we're afraid to fail and look stupid, or whatever the case may be. And to be totally honest with you, most of the excuses that we give, they're not even true. I mean, there is somebody out there who is dumber, less fortunate, older, uglier, younger, more poor, that is succeeding at whatever it is that you want to do, and they're just killing it right now. And how about this? If you don't believe me, do a quick Google search for whatever it is that you want to do or wish you could do, followed by success stories. It will absolutely blow your mind. All right, Nick, I get it. I got to think more effectively. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to make my life better. What do I need to do? Well, first and foremost, the thing that you need to do is believe that you're capable of doing it. Because if you don't believe you're capable of doing it, you're just not going to try. The next thing you need to understand when you're trying to become successful is the fact that you're not that successful person yet. And so you're going to have to change, you're going to have to grow, you're going to have to learn to get to that point. And to change, learn, and grow is literally just to learn, do, practice, and get better. As you do this, as you practice and learn and grow and change, you're going to gain more skills. And as you gain more skills, your chances of success dramatically increase. There's two ways that you're going to learn these new skills. And the first way is through studying information that's already known. This is going to save you a ton of time from actually having to go and figure everything out on your own. And for somebody who is ambitious, who is wanting to learn new skills, there's no better time to be alive. We live in the information age. So we could be reading books and blog posts and articles online. We could be listening to audiobooks if reading isn't your thing. You could be listening to podcast episodes. You could take online courses. Not all online courses are created equally, so do your due diligence. Shit, now that I think about it, you could even watch YouTube videos to learn. Who would have thought of that? And the second way that we learn new stuff is simply through experimentation. This is going out, messing around, and trying anything related to what it is that you want to learn. You're actually really similar to a computer. And a computer that we all know and love is our phones. So let's use that as an example. See, when you download an app onto your phone, it literally allows it to do something that it couldn't do before. It gives it new capabilities. And this is exactly what skills do for people. And the way that you download skills is just by taking in knowledge, information, and experience to quite literally make you be able to do something that you couldn't do before. So let's say you know nothing about electricity. You watch a few YouTube videos, you take in some information, and then you decide that you're going to go buy wire, batteries, and a light bulb. Now, using the information that you learned and a little bit of experimentation, you're actually able to get the stored energy from the batteries to go through the wires and light up the bulb. Like, you just learned a new skill. And the amazing thing that I want you to notice here is that you can now do something that some other people in the world can't do. And all you did was take in information and then put it to use. Congratulations, you're now a more useful human being. And if all of this seems a little bit common sensey, well, it's because it kind of is. But the entire goal of the video, and really my channel for that matter, is to get you to think about things in a different way. And my hope is that by me describing skills and learning things in a new way, is that it gave you that little aha moment, and now you see them differently. And if that did happen, then what actually took place was I shifted your perspective. I caused you to look at and think about those skills in a new way. And this is exactly what I'm getting at when I say that the most important skill that you could ever learn in life is how you think about things. I mean, shit, from where we stand now, the question of how do I become successful? Well, that's pretty simple. You have to learn new things and acquire new skills, which in turn allows you to literally do things that other people can't do. Then you utilize those skills to provide value to other people in the world, thus allowing you to receive value from them. And just in case you're slightly confused and you're wondering what I mean when I say value, my last video, which I'll put in one of these corners up here, it explains exactly what I'm talking about when I say provide value to receive value. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If it was helpful in any way at all, make sure you show that like button some love, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.